What up? What up? What up, y'all? Polo Sports Talking ENT here again with another one, man. Hit that like, hit the sub if you're not a part of the channel, and also hit the comment sections too, both during this video, after the video, and then also hit the notifications too. Okay. Uh, I want to apologize to all my subs out there, man. I've been trying to work on some things in terms of the channel and trying to get better sound for y'all. Just trying to improve the overall content of everything, man. So y'all just bear with me, man. Like I said, man, we definitely on the come up on this thing. And just trying to get better each day with several things. What's up with it, Big Who? I see you in the building, man. Um, and you could definitely, step up in here and flex your opinion. Why? But I'm gonna talk about this for a second, okay? 'Cause I think everybody know the title right here is self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Look, I think Kawhi, whenever healthy, 100%, he's one, two, three in the world. I love what Kawhi has brought to the NBA. And it's silly that people just call him like the best two-way player, or they called him once the best two-way player. No, he was just the best player, period, because he played basketball how it was supposed to be played. However, the flip to the coin to that is that Kawhi Leonard Claw, whatever you want to call him, he can't stay healthy. Health is an issue. And that's why I am only giving Kawhi 1 to 2 years max at a high level, okay? I'm not talking about, just him playing. When I'm talking about at a high level, it's funny that people criticize me for saying this, but check this out. I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard playing at a high level. I'm talking about when he was able to lock down defenders with ease. I'm talking about when he was able to, come on. Now he showed some glimpses of his athleticism when he dunked on Keeber on in Dallas and stuff like that. But that's like that's every now and again, but we're talking about his knees being worn down. We're talking about 4 surgeries in the last 5 years. We're not talking about, him being able to do that on a consistent basis. And he's having to sit out more and having to take more time, load managing and things of that nature. Now I know he's having the surgery and he's having the ACL surgery, but guess what? He's gonna be out 9 months. Pretty much you might as well just go ahead and say, book it for the year, pretty much. Because that's pretty much the whole entire season. It'd be silly if you tried to come back when everybody's already in tip top form, or as I call it, in mid season form. People are already gonna be already warmed up. When you're gonna jump right in there, right into the playoffs, you got a little bit of rehab done and everything like that, but you still got to get yourself in playing shape. So Kawhi Leonard only has 2 years tops, man. He don't have that long to play. It, and really, I'm gonna be real with you. Some people get upset when I say this, and they get all in their feelings. They get in emotions when I say this and stuff. I think he should walk away from the game. But as silly as that sounds, he just signed the extension. Uh, 4 years, 176 mil, and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin. He's wanting to stay with them. He wants to stay with the Clippers and try to bring a title, which I respect. But do I think that Kawhi has that capability to withstand the rigors of an NBA season for four plus years? No, I don't. I don't, because he's gonna have more problems and more issues in the future if he keeps playing at this level. And I don't know if y'all know it, and I don't know if y'all really been paying attention to the NBA and how it's going right now. But the athleticism of these young guys, man, are off the charts. I mean, you got guys in the combine setting records for standing verticals. I mean, you just have to let that sink in. And if you've been paying attention to the summer league, the way these guys are flying up and down the court, athletic, man, jumping out the gym, and see, a lot of people think when they talk about a team like the Lakers and everything. Look, I don't have the Lakers making the finals. Matter of fact, I don't have the Lakers making the finals. I, I, Listen, the league is getting younger, not older, and these teams are focused on getting younger, not older. They're focused on getting younger and not older. What y'all have to understand is that Kawhi getting up there and trying to play all these young guys who have fresh knees and fresh legs, haven't done any rigors of the NBA season and everything. And I know he's a proven champion and everything. This has nothing to do with Kawhi's skill or his know-how, his knack for the game, any of that. Even his leadership qualities. It has nothing to do with that. But as much as I love Kawhi, pause, as a player, we we got to be honest about this. This is something that we really have to be honest about. Are you really going to sit up here and tell me that Kawhi got another decade left in the league? Are you really going to tell me that? Are you really going to tell me he got 8 more years left? Seriously. Because if anybody feels that way and they feel something different, come in here and tell me why he does have more than 1 to 2 years. I'm just saying. Now, Big Who, you said 3 years, right? You said 3 years. Okay, 3 years. What at at what level though? 3 years at what level? Because if you're sitting there and you're constantly getting surgeries on your knee, you already have degenerative knees. Okay, you just had an ACL surgery. Okay, you just had an ACL surgery. Now, let me put this in perspective for you, Big Who, because everybody they thrive on emotion, and I know that you're a Clippers fan and everything. So it it's I know some people they get offended when I say something like this. Okay, but the thing about it, man, is that when okay, when you have an ACL surgery, right? The normal time for most people to be fully recovery. Okay, just this is just a normal person is anywhere from 2 to 9 months. Okay, now patients patients within 2 to 4 weeks can usually start walking, and then after about anywhere from about 10 to 12, from we just talking about regular people, not professional basketball players. Anywhere from about 10 to 12 weeks, you could start a brisk walk or light jogging, right? And full ACL reconstruction is anywhere from 6 to 12 months, or 6 months to a year, with fit and more with physical therapy. Now check this out, okay? Check this out. Check this out. They're speeding that up. What's up with it, TJ? I see you in the building. And like I said, y'all can hop in here and let me know how y'all feel about this. But check this out. Okay, Big Who, you want to speed it up. Y'all want to speed up the process. Y'all want Kawhi to rush that ACL process and all this other stuff, not realizing that this guy already has a condition with his knees that are already continuing to deteriorate. It's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. If I'm Kawhi, I'm not signing that contract, not for that long. I, listen, you got to see how he looks when he get back. He might not, being that everything is going on with his knees, and you got to think about it, he is getting older. He's not getting younger. You got to take into account, okay, and they playing 82 games, and then you got to take into account the playoffs. He gonna have to miss more time, come back, miss more time, come back, miss more time. What's up, Annie K? I see you in the building, Queen. Miss more time, come back, miss more time. That's not doing you any type of good. And see, with an ACL surgery, with ankle surgery, anything involving your lower extremities, Achilles, MCL, you know, anything like that, that has an effect on you long term. Like I put it to you like this: when he was in the bubble, he wasn't even. Ever since the bubble, he doesn't even run the same. Kawhi Leonard doesn't even run the same. And listen, please make no mistake about it. This is no video to talk down on Kawhi, because I happen to love the way Kawhi plays, and I love what he brings to the game. And it's not just his offense. It's his intangibles that I've always liked about Kawhi, especially on the defensive end. But it should hurt you as a person to see what Kawhi is going through, and you should be realistic about how long this guy truly has. I know that you're going off of, okay, him bashing on dudes, him scoring, putting up points and stuff like that. But think about how much time he's had to take off in order to do that, in order to recover. Now, this season, he did a he pushed the ante a little bit, but still, he ended up getting hurt. And for those silly people that think that, oh yeah, he should have just went back out there and just played and everything like that. I'm not going to sit there and argue with people like that, because you don't know that man's body. You don't know what he's going through. You don't know. You're not in him to judge and determine what that dude is going through. Okay. Now, he have been out there with his team fighting that good fight? Absolutely. He should have been down there not in the skybox, but he should have been out there on the floor. You know, you said prime level, next injury, game over. That's what I'm saying. And look, I don't want to put that energy out there, Big Who. I don't want to put I don't want to put that out there for the simple fact is because I want Kawhi to succeed. Just like I want all of the players that play this game, I want them to succeed. I don't want Kevin Durant sitting out. I don't want LeBron sitting out. I don't want Kawhi sitting out. I don't want Giannis sitting out. I don't want Devin Booker sitting out. I don't want uh, you name them. I don't want them sitting out. I sure as hell don't want Joel Embiid sitting out. And see, that brings me up to another subject too at hand that I'm gonna touch on briefly. See, with Joel Embiid, I was upset that he played. I was upset that he played on that torn meniscus because now, and I know that he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it the issue corrected and everything. But nevertheless, we don't know how that's gonna have an impact on him in the future. We don't know what that's going to do to him. Same thing with AD. AD is a walking injury. He's pretty much a walking injury. But when he's healthy, he's a walking double double. It's just like with Kawhi. You don't know how much he's going to stand up. You don't know how much this guy can withstand anymore. Nobody knows. But then he's gonna have to sit out again. He's gonna have to take out some more time, stuff like that. Clippers fans are probably. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some Clippers fans are probably tired of that because they want. How This is my thing right here. If you're gonna say that Kawhi got, 3+ years, 4 years, or whatever, 5 years or whatever, how are you gonna rely on him? Seriously, how are you gonna rely on somebody whose knees are constantly deteriorating? And like I said, four to five surgeries, four surgeries out of the last 5 years. You're still recovering from that. So we got to be realistic. We got to be realistic about this whole situation. Uh, when Kawhi when Kawhi was playing with the San Antonio Spurs and everything, look at that Kawhi Leonard in comparison I'm talking about prior to the problems that he started having. Look at that Kawhi compared to the Kawhi now. It's gotten progressively worse. Now in Toronto, yeah, he still did his thing, but he was still low managing. He was still low managing. And am I against low managing? I'm not gonna say I'm necessarily against it, depending on how bad the situation is. But if you're having issues with your body, if you're having uh if you have an issue that's lingering all the time and there's nothing that you can do, absolutely do anything, you can't do nothing about that situation. That's a situation where you're gonna have to go ahead and start making some real tough decisions. And that means possibly walking away from the game. That means walking away from the game. Look, as much as we love these players and everything, that we have to understand that these players are human. They're not robots. They're not machines. We all love it. And I've talked about this before. This isn't anything. This is nothing new that I've talked about. I've always brought this up. I have said that these players do not have batteries in their back. They are human beings. But it's the level of expectation. I blame the fans. I blame the fans and I blame a lot of the people that are around these guys for wanting to fulfill those people's expectations that have no clue on what it is to run up and down the floor, much less run up and down the floor with the type of condition that he has. So in that instance, you have to give Kawhi props for going out there and pretty much because the minute he steps out on the floor, he's exceeded expectation just by him stepping out on the floor. Because I'm pretty sure that guys still think that okay, well, he's not hurting that bad and everything. Like, yes, he is. You could see that it's clearly bothering him. He doesn't even he doesn't move quite the same like he once did when prior to the end prior to the knee problems and everything like that. Is he still a good defender, good enough? Yes. Is he that lockdown type of cat that he was? No, but see, I think another question has came up is is Kawhi still in his prime? He's still in his prime in terms of skill. In terms of skill, he's in his prime. But in terms of health and attrition and him being able to, in terms of longevity, he's not in his prime. Like in terms of health and him as a player and him being depended upon and him having that he I put it to you like this. Would you rather have Kawhi Leonard on your team for who's gonna miss several games and then be not be there for the playoffs, or would you rather have a guy like Giannis who he might end up getting injured or whatever, but his durability factor is much better? I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 people are gonna take Giannis just on the fact that okay, this guy is is reliable. Now that's not to say that Giannis is better than him in terms of skill, because we know that in terms of skill set, Kawhi will have an edge on him. But I need the Clippers organization, everybody else, they need a guy that is that they can depend upon. The teammates, they're probably not gonna come out and say it and everything like that, but I'm pretty sure in the back of their mind they're like, man, every time we turn around, there's something else going on. And it came at the most crucial moment during the playoff. What's up with it, Dwayne? I see you in the building, man. Hop in if you can, man. Y'all can hop in. Look, I don't want to sit here and be the only. Look, if y'all got something to say on this, holla at your boy, man. I'm here. Get it out. I mean, this is a topic where it does need to be discussed because a lot of emotions are involved. Some people are upset that of the possibility that he might not even play next season. I said that he shouldn't play next season. I don't feel like he should play next season, much less anymore. If he walked away from the game, he'll be a Hall of Famer. I've already said that. If Kawhi walks away from the game right now, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt in my mind. because of what he's done in the short period that he's played. Some people don't believe that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Kawhi's going to be a Hall of Famer, but if it's an injury that forced you to retire early, there's nothing that you could do about that. You know, they signed him with the intentions of keeping him for 4 years, 176 mil. So obviously, Kawhi Leonard is is beneficial to the Clippers, you know, but I mean we gotta be really honest. And we gotta take feelings out of everything, you know. Um Kawhi Leonard, overall is a 19 point score for his career, average 6 rebounds and 2 assists. But we got to look at the amount of games. When he played in 2011 with the San Antonio Spurs, which was uh his first year. Okay, he was at 7.9. Okay, and he didn't play that many minutes. The very next year, but that first year came right out the gate. Then in 2012, came in, played a little bit more minutes. He played 58 games. Okay, then the very next year he played 66 games. Then he played 64. Okay, the next 2 years in San Antonio he played 72 and 74. Okay, which those were his best seasons at 25.5. In that 2016 season. That very next season, he had the issue that went on. He only played 9 games. When he was in Toronto, he only played 60 games, and then in 2019 he played 57 games, and then when last year he played 52 games. He's never played a full a full season. A full season. He's never played a full season. You know, now I know some people they're looking at what's up with it, Braxton. I see you in the building, man. Yeah, we talking about your Clippers, man. Oh wait, are you with the Lakers? Oh no, no, Braxton, you with the Clippers. You with the Clippers. I think you with the Clippers, man. But either way, he has not played a full season. He has not played nowhere near a full season. So what that's telling me is like, okay, and it's getting progressively worse. He's already played a decade. So he'll be good. He'll be good in terms of making it into the Hall of Fame. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it into the Hall of Fame. You know, we're talking about a two-time champion. Okay, two-time champion. Um, two Finals MVPs. He got one All Star. He got an All Star game MVP. We're talking about steals leader. He was a steals leader. Uh, two-time defensive player of the year award. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. So I'm like this. I'm like Kawhi. You don't really have like some people are gonna sit up here and say, okay, well he's He still got a lot to prove. He got to do this and he got to do that. No, he don't. He don't have to do. He don't have to do any. Listen, if I man, I wish some of these guys had my attitude. You know what I'm saying? Because I sit up there and I'll be like, look, I don't got shit to prove to y'all. I'm just keeping it 100 with you because, but he feels that he does, and he wants championships, which I respect that. Yeah, Kawhi got the accolades, Hall of Fame most definitely. Yeah, yeah, Dwayne, that's a good point. Very well taken. Look, he's got the listen. He got the championship hardware. He got the accolades. He got the personal accomplishments. All of that, everything that you want to name. He's got all of that. Now the only thing that he needs to do is just get right. He needs to focus on if he could just focus on just getting healthy for his life, that would be tremendous. But see, a lot of players they're not thinking like that. I'm pretty sure Kawhi thinking like that. I would come in, but I'm at Friday Night Lights high school football game. Okay, yeah, I understand. It's all good. Cowboys is was playing right now. Yeah, it's football season now. Football season, and definitely gonna talk about some football too. But right now we talking about basketball. You know, look, if I'm Kawhi, and I know it's too late now because he's already signed the dotted line. Uh, You say Kawhi don't have nothing to prove to anyone. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. He doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. The only thing he got to prove is can can he walk normally after he walks away from the game? Will he be able to get out of bed? Will he be able to function and run around with his kids? Will he be able to just live a normal life like everybody else? That's the only thing that he has to prove. He don't have to prove anything else to these people in terms of the basketball court. We already knew what Kawhi could do early on. And the thing about it is when he was at San Diego, he nobody was even talking about him like that until the tournament. And then guess what? He came up in the big moments. He's always been there at the right place at the right time. But this isn't about a highlight of his career. We're talking about what he truly is going to be capable of doing the next few years. How many years left after the 4 years if he even makes it? I give him 1 to 2 years max at a high level. Will he possibly be able to play after that? After that 2 years, yeah, but we got to see how it is. But judging from everything and just looking at the totality of everything, you have to wonder, okay, is this guy going to be able to hold up? Is he going to be able to hold up? Is he going to be able? Is he going to have? What if he has another injury? That's what we have to think about. Everybody's not thinking about, what if it's something else besides the knee? We can't. We look. I look at I look at a player like Jamal Mashburn. He's a prime example. Man, he had all of the skill in the world, but once he kept getting hurt. That was it. What's up with it, Matt Moses? I see you in the building. He just kept getting hurt. You know, we think that once this player gets hurt, like they could just bounce back like it's so easy, as if they little kids and stuff like that. No, this is a grown man that already has a condition that's hard enough to fight, much less even fight after you having surgery, after even running in a rigorous 82 game season, which he has not played. He hasn't played a full 82 stretch, or 72 if you want to be technical, talking about last year. He hasn't played a full stretch. He has not played a full stretch. But see, durability to me is a guy like Dennis Rodman. Durability to me is like Karl Malone. Even though I'm not too much of a fan of Karl Malone, but he was an Iron Man. He was an Iron Man. Like that's what you should be talking about when you talk about a player. Like even LeBron, he's an Iron Man. He just now starting to get little knick-knack injuries. And it's not, look, let's not act like Kawhi don't take care of his body. He takes care of his body. But this condition that he has is it's robbed him, and it's gonna continue to rob him. He doesn't have that much time left. He doesn't have that much time left. I I mean, I'm willing to bet anybody right now. And if I'm wrong, what do? I will come on here. I will let y'all know, hey, I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. I'm mad enough to admit when I'm wrong. I don't, and I don't mind being wrong. But right now I'm probably maybe about 85 to 90% sure that you can only give Kawhi at the most maybe 2 years. Hell, you know what? Because of Big Who, I stretch it to three. I stretch it to 3 years. I stretch it to 3 years. But that's it at a high level though. And not no mediocrity. I'm talking about at a high level. I'm talking about championship level. I'm talking about him playing like how he was before he, i.e., got bumped by Joe Ingles. Why was players back in the 80s and 90s more durable than today players? You didn't see all this load management. Yeah, well, Dwayne Lawrence. Look, I'll put it to you like this. Um, there there was more career. A lot of careers were cut short because I could name a couple right off the top of my head. Isaiah Thomas's career was cut short due to injuries. Bill Walton's career, uh, he was never the same after his injury. Um, I'm trying to think of. I'm talking about great Hall of Fame players whose careers were kind of ran into a detriment afterwards. But okay, you do have a good point. In the 80s and in the 90s, they had durable players, but see the mentality was different. They were playing more for the love more than anything. Yes, they wanted money and everything, don't get me wrong, but the love the love of the game was different. They were willing to go out there and sacrifice their body. Like Larry Bird, his career was cut short due to injuries, or because of his back, but they still went out there and they fought. I mean, Larry Bird, was out there with the dream team and could barely stand up, but it was a different mentality. But see, I like when you think of a guy like Dennis Rodman, that's durability at its best. But you got to listen to what some of these guys were doing, and they took the game extremely serious, and they were the love of it was more. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I would say more in the '80s. I'm not taking nothing away from the '90s or whatever, but anybody that knows me and has listened to me, the '80s to me were that was a better. Yeah, AC Green, AC Green, man. Yeah, AC Green. Um, Shoot, a lot of people don't look at this. Dwayne Lawrence, Moses Malone, he played for a long time. Cooper, yeah, yeah, Coop, yeah. These guys were really durable and played for a long time. I mean, even Kareem, but Kareem, Kareem, he was a martial artist, and so was Robert Parrish. Robert Parrish was a martial artist, and I got to give a shout out to Too Raw for TV because he put me on game. If you're not sub to Too Raw for TV, or Too Raw for Sports, definitely go sub to his channel. He brings really dope content. One of the LDBC bros up in here, and shout out to Too Raw. But he put me on game about Robert Parrish, the Chief, and um, I just thought it was. I knew that he had did martial arts and everything, but that kind of made me. I had forgot about that because I remember I know Kareem was in there, but I had forgot about Robert Parrish. But he played for a long time. He played for a long time. So a lot of these guys were doing things outside of the game to keep themselves mentally sharp as well as physical, from an emotional standpoint too as well, because you got to remember with martial art, it's mental as well as physical. And when you're doing stuff like yoga and you're doing a lot of stretching, it's very beneficial for your body, especially as you get older. So, and see, with AC Green, he took really good care of his body. AC Green didn't didn't start smashing. He didn't smash. He remained a virgin. So he was already going to be in tip top shape. His testosterone level was going to be through the roof. But it's just, man, when it comes to Kawhi, man, I I don't see more than 5 years happening. I don't see that happening. As much as we want to think that it's gonna be until he got married. Yeah, until he got married. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. He didn't smash, during that a long period of time when he was in the NBA. Did he ever get married? I don't know if AC Green they got married. I'm quite sure he did. Yeah, he did. He did end up getting married. Yeah, he ended up getting married. He got married in 2002. So they've only been married. Well, they've been married 19 years. Yeah, so yeah, he ended up getting married. I think her name is Veronica Green. But yeah, Kawhi Leonard, man, just to sum everything up, man, he's at a pivotal point in his career where he's got to really do some thinking, and it's gonna have to be some choices that are gonna have to be made because while we want, a lot of fans don't want him sitting out like the way that he's doing. A lot of people they pay to come see these guys. They pay to come see these guys play, and so when Kawhi is sitting down and he's load managing or Kawhi has to sit out, him being out 9 months, a lot of people are gonna be disappointed by that. And of course, we live in a very nasty society to where they're like, you know what, I don't care if he's hurt or not. I could care less, about that guy and all this other stuff, what he has going. You have people like that out there. You got unforgiving fans that could care less if you hurt or not. They could care less how much pain you're going through in the morning time. You could barely get out of bed. You could barely walk. Much less even stand. A lot of these guys are out there practicing. They're going to practice uh, 1 to 2 times a day if you want to look at the shoot around and you want to look at full practices. These guys are playing 82, running 82 games a year. A lot of people don't understand. That's why, like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, you should get your ass on the floor and all this other stuff. No, I'm not gonna do that because if you sat out there and you ran for, let's say you ran 100 days out of the year, you're gonna have aches and pains, and that's just like jogging on the treadmill or doing some other stuff. But if you actually running at a high speed, uh, full contact, the bumps and the bruises and falling stuff like that, then you gotta look at it from that standpoint. And a lot of people they don't look at it from that standpoint. They're like, oh yeah, I can get out there until you really get out there. And some of these guys are already playing through injuries. They're playing through injuries. They're bouncing back from sprained ankles. They might have sprained the ankle or rolled the ankle. Then they're keeping it quiet just to kind of just to sacrifice for their squad because they want to be out there because they want to win so bad. You know, we have to understand that, man. We a lot of these athletes that you see, they're 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 taking a lot of sacrificing. They're they're putting their bodies on the line on a daily. They're putting their livelihood on the line daily. And Kawhi Leonard, I give him props for go ahead get your money and everything. It's just like with Dak Prescott, he went ahead, he got his money. I'm glad he got his money and everything, but the situation could have turned for worse. And this is another thing. What if he's not? What if he's not performing? E- Because they have such a high standard for some of these players. Like if you don't play i- i- at their expectations, they'll find a way to get rid of you. They could care less if you claw or not. And we want to think like, oh man, the Clippers organization, they're so great. They're Steve Ballmer, all this other stuff. Man, that dude want to win. That dude does not want to, trust me, just from knowing that guy, Ballmer, he wants to win bad. He wants the championship. And him and Jerry West are doing everything that they can to get it done. Jerry West got a killer's mentality, a killer competitive personality. He wants to win at all costs. It's been said that Jerry West used to lie up at night. He couldn't even sleep. He wouldn't sleep the whole entire night, and would do this like pretty much all the time when he didn't play that good. That's how competitive this guy is. So you already know the type of mindset that he has, wanting to wanting to get this organization over the hump. And they have something that they built on. They built on the fact that they made it last year. They made it to the Western Conference Finals. That was a good thing, but they have to build on that. They have to build on that. And I just don't think that Kawhi, he should be playing, man. He should just, if he's gonna do anything, man, he should be there just to help out the players or something like that. But people want to see him out there. Me, I don't want to see it because it's gonna be a slow, sad ending to a really great player's career. I mean, what you want to see? A shell of himself, Kawhi can barely move on the court because he's been riddled by this condition that he has, by this injury. We got to think, man. Oh, all these guys, man. Like even I was even saying to myself, I was wondering how long AD has, because AD really didn't he he didn't play that good last year. He didn't play that good last year. And what really further took a toll on him was the amount of stress that he was carrying in terms of the turmoil that was going on behind the scenes with the Lakers. You guys got to wake up, man. This is a reality, man. And Kawhi, this is another thing too. How is Paul George gonna adapt to everything? How is he gonna adapt to everything? How is Paul George going to love the fact that he has to play more minutes as a superstar and everything like that? Paul George, he should be in somewhere working, getting better, knowing that okay, I'm gonna be by myself, and he should love this. I know in the back of your mind, you should want that type of pressure. Like the greats, they wanted that type of pressure. Kobe, he wanted that type of pressure. MJ, all of them, they wanted that type of pressure. They were like, okay, hey, look, there's nobody to rely upon. No problem. We'll be all right. We'll take care of everything. They wanted that type of pressure. So I'm quite sure, I'm hoping that Paul George wants that type of pressure. He should want that type of pressure. That's what's gonna make them even stronger. If they could go through this because they already missed him throughout throughout the last year's playoff, and then they were gonna miss him for 9 months, and don't he shouldn't try to come back early. Don't try to come back early. That'd be stupid. No, get your full recovery. Get your full recovery. It'd be stupid if you did something like that. I'm not doing it. I'm sitting there. I'm telling my staff, look, I'm coming back when I want to. I'm not out here to please nobody. I'm not out here to please the fans. You gotta think about your life. That's your body. But people don't see it that way. They like I said, they want Kawhi to come out there and be superhuman in a body that he's just not capable of doing that anymore. He's not. I mean, he's not old, but then again, he's not all that. He's not all that young. He's not all that. He's not all that young. I mean, he just reached 30 years old, and some people are like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" He's 30. Man, when you after you turn like 30, man, it's hard to recover from a lot of stuff. It's hard to recover from a lot of stuff, especially like surgeries, when you talk about rehab, things of that nature, man. It's hard to recover. It's really hard to recover. You know, I just hope that when he gets healthy, that he's able to go a full stretch. But I doubt that that's gonna happen. I know that they're gonna monitor him. They're not gonna just put him out there. But another thing is is this condition more serious than what we're looking at it as? That's another thing. There's so many factors. It's so many factors in this right now that if I'm Kawhi, I'm just like, man, you just make it easy on yourself. Just make it easy on yourself. And some people probably get mad at me because I'm encouraging him to retire. No, look, like I told everybody, I'm all for getting your money. Get your money, make your paper, man, stack your chips, do all of that, man, get that guap. But at the same token, man, I always do believe it's health over wealth too. Because if you're not healthy, how you gonna make money? If you're not healthy, how you gonna make money? You gotta have your full health in order to get that bag, man. And that's what he's doing. Kawhi Leonard, man, he's going out there, he getting the bag. He trying to make sure, trying to make his presence felt and everything. But you know, is he only got like a year. He only got like a year to 2 years left. At a high level. at a high level. I you know, if he plays any higher than if he plays at a significantly higher level for 4+ years, I'll be proud that he did that. But it is going to take it. Is he going to be load managing more? That's another thing that we got to talk about. Is he going to load manage even more? Everybody looking at the short term. You got to pay attention to the long term of how he's going to be. You know, but like I said, man, it was good chopping it up with y'all. Thank y'all for stopping through. I think TJ TJ Sports Talk. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel, Big Who. Go sub to my boy Big Who's channel at Hooligans. I thank Annie K for showing up. I appreciate Braxton for showing up, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate Julian for coming through. Matt Moses, always a pleasure, bro. And that boy Dwayne Lawrence. Appreciate y'all stopping through, man. Make sure you like this video, share it. Also subscribe if you're not a member. And till then, it's Polo Sports Talking ENT. I'll get at y'all a little bit later.